What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Thursday, which usually means I do a 30-second race tip, but I wanted to do a little bit of a longer tip today, so sorry if you were after a super short video, but this is going to be all about bridging to a move and my tips on that. But just to give you guys some background on this race, this is the Folsom Criterium, and it was a pretty windy day and a pretty good sized field. I think there was like 70 guys, and my job was to be the lazy sprinter, so sit in, don't die, and win at the end. This is a race that usually comes down to a field sprint because, as you can tell from the map, it is as straightforward as you get for a criterium course. It's like a bean, and there's basically two corners. So yeah, we're gonna get into how I approached that bridge from the intro, and we're gonna talk about it and see how I did. All right, so we're like 20 minutes in, and I've been doing a pretty good job saving energy. My heart rate is nice and low, and my normalized power is low. But it was a little nerve-wracking because these splits started forming in the field. Like I said, it was a little bit of a windy day. So big groups of like 15, 20 were getting off the front. And I just told my teammate on the left there, Matt, these splits are kind of dangerous. So I was starting to think that maybe one of them might go. And we just jumped ahead. I almost just killed. That's Pete from the Trainer Road podcast. He was like a madman diving up that gutter, and I almost put him into the curb. But yeah, there's splits forming, and you can't really tell from this shot, but there's a split up there, and I'm worried. All right, so we got that move up there, and I'm thinking that it might come back, but I told my teammate, like, let's just try to ride wheels up to it. And then my other teammate yelled, Zach, if you can bridge, do it. So we were coming into this tailwind section, and it just was perfect. I was up to speed, and I just decided to slingshot and go for this. So you guys know me, I'm no stranger to making mistakes while racing, but I thought this was a pretty good bridge, and this is one of my favorite techniques, is to wait for a move to form and then bridge up to it. And the reason I think this is good is because it's a lot more of a sure thing. So if you're the guy initiating the move, you might do this big effort and just be towing the field along. So you can see my heart rate is really climbing up. This is not a easy thing. But yeah, with an established move up ahead, you can also pick out if the riders up there are the ones that are the strong guys in the field, and that they're going to work for a break. So I would definitely recommend using this in your repertoire, bridging to an established move. Because I think I've read a lot of comments, on YouTube videos and Reddit, like, hey, I'm not able to get away from the field, I'm not getting the separation. I think this technique of waiting for the break to form and then bridging to it will really help with that. That being said, you do want to be careful, because the main dangers for doing something like this is, number one, not making it. So you have to time your bridge attempt early enough to where they aren't gone, and obviously not so early that everyone is just going to follow you. And you also have to try, if you're on a team and you have teammates up there, which was the case for me, I had my teammate Zach up in the move, you have to try to do it in a way where you don't bring extra guys. So some tips are to do it in a tailwind section. That allows you to get away and get that separation. And kind of like I did in this bridge attempt, use other guys to get you up to speed, because that's really where the big energy expenditure comes from. It's that initial surge. So if you can get someone, or if you can tuck in behind someone and they can pull you up to 30 miles an hour, and then you jump off that, it's hugely beneficial. And you saw it, that's exactly what I did. So now that I'm up here, you guys can probably tell this was a pretty dangerous move. For one, it's huge. There's like 20 or so guys up here, and they're the strongest guys in the race. They usually find themselves in these winning moves. So it was definitely the right call to make that bridge. Shout out to my teammate for just yelling at me and telling me to go. And yeah, I would totally show you guys the finish, but my GoPro, for whatever reason, corrupted the last like 20 minutes of this race. And I actually had my rear cam on, but I forgot to put an SD card in it. So yeah, I don't have footage of the finale of this race. I know Jeff from NorCal Cycling, he put out a video, and it was a doozy of a last corner. I really wish I could have shown you guys. I basically raced Ryan from Mike's Bikes to the corner, and the Mike's Bikes, RJ was off the front, so we were racing for second anyways. But I ended up getting third because I couldn't come around Ryan. He's just so strong. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something about bridging to a move. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you have used this before to your advantage. And thanks again for clicking on the video and watching. If you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. And yeah, thanks.